Giants Nation, welcome back to the Big Blue Tea. If you are tuned in right now, you know what time it is.
Oh, yeah.
The tea is boiling hot, the takes are spicy, and for the first time in what feels like forever, we're looking at a New York Giants team that is finally acting like there is a grown-up in the room.
It's about time, isn't it? And honestly, the steam coming off this cup today is, it's thick. We aren't just talking about a roster move or some, practice squad elevation. We're talking about a fundamental shift in the bedrock of the franchise.
Exactly. We're talking about the moment the Giants finally decided to stop playing games and bring in the heavy artillery. We're talking about the new power structure.
Mm-hmm.
And let me tell you, it looks like John Harbaugh just walked into the facility with a clipboard, a whistle, and a face that says, "Move, this is my aisle."
It really does feel that way. And if we, connect this to the bigger picture, the question on everyone's mind, the thing that has every single fan group chat blowing up right now is simple.
What is it?
Did the New York Giants just nerf their general manager?
Oh, they absolutely nerfed him. I saw this analogy and I loved it. It's like a video game balance update.
Yeah.
You know, when a character is too overpowered, or in this case, maybe just not playing the meta right, the devs come in and they tweak the stats.
Right. And if we look at Joe Schoen's stats after this update, it's looking a little rough. It's like minus 30 to cap control, minus 50 to authority. But hey, maybe plus 10 to scouting vision, maybe?
That is the most generous plus 10 I have ever heard. But seriously, okay, let's unpack this. We need to be real about the vibe here. This isn't just a reshuffling.
Not right.
This is the organization looking at Joe Schoen, handing him a metaphorical public school dunce cap, and telling him to go sit in the corner while the adults talk business.
It sounds harsh when you put it that way, but when you look at the evidence, it's hard to argue against that interpretation. He hasn't been fired.
Which he should have been.
Which, let's be honest, a lot of fans, myself included, thought was coming, given all the losing. The building feels completely different.
It's the dunce cap emotion. He's still in the class, but he's facing the wall. So today on the Big Blue Tea, we are going to break down exactly what this means.
Let's do it.
We're going to talk about why John Harbaugh now has a direct line to ownership, bypassing the GM entirely.
And we'll get into the massive hire of Dawn Aponte and why that might be the most important chess move on the board right now. There's this theory floating around. It's a succession plan in disguise.
I love that theory. And we're going to talk about what this means for the salary cap and the future of the franchise. So grab your cup, get comfortable, because the recipe just changed.
So where do we start? The org chart, right? The top of the food chain.
The org chart. Okay, so traditionally in the NFL and definitely in Giants history, the flow of power is pretty standard. You got the owner at the top.
Right.
The general manager reports to the owner, and the head coach reports to the general manager. It's a straight line down.
That is the traditional model, yes.
Aye.
It establishes the GM as the architect and the coach is the foreman. But reports are coming out now, and they clarify the new reality in East Rutherford.
Which is?
John Harbaugh reports directly to John Mara.
Directly. That is a massive deal. That means Harbaugh isn't knocking on Joe Schoen's office door to ask for permission to talk to Dad.
Nope.
He's got the direct line.
It's a significant philosophical shift.
Yeah.
It implies that the hierarchy has flattened, or rather it's tilted.
Tilted, yeah.
It's now ownership talking to Harbaugh and ownership talking to Schoen. They're parallel lines, not a vertical stack.
I saw this great joke about it. It's like Harbaugh has John Mara's number saved in his phone as Big Boss.
Right.
Meanwhile, Joe Schoen has the owner's number saved as "Please don't call me unexpectedly."
It's funny because it rings true. And if we analyze why this matters, it all comes down to leverage.
100%.
In the old setup, if the coach wanted something, a player, a facility upgrade, he had to sell the GM on it first. Now, Harbaugh just cuts out the middleman.
And let's be honest, Harbaugh demanded this. You don't get a guy with his resume, his history, without giving him the keys to the car.
Of course not.
He's coming in saying, I know how to win, I'm comfortable with this structure, so make it happen.
That's that adult in the room energy we're talking about.
Yeah.
This isn't some rookie head coach who's just happy to have a job. This is a man who walks in and changes the furniture arrangement immediately.
Yes.
And I think that's why the fan excitement is so palpable. There's a genuine love for Harbaugh's leadership style already because he clearly has the juice to run the show.
We love the juice. We have been starving for juice. For years, we've been asking who's actually in charge here.
Exactly.
Now we know it's Harbaugh. Which brings us back to our friend in the corner.
With a dunce cap, yeah. Yeah. Schoen.
What's going on there?
Right. Let's look at the role redistribution, as the corporate world might politely call it.
Role redistribution is a very polite way of saying you aren't allowed to touch the expensive stuff anymore.
Well, think about that GPS analogy. I think it was in the source material, and it's perfect. It's like Joe Schoen is driving the car.
Okay.
He's got his hands on the wheel. He's technically driving. But his mom, in this case, Harbaugh and ownership, is standing right behind the driver's seat holding the GPS.
Turn left here, Joe. Slow down, Joe.
Exactly.
Joe, why are you going toward that bust of a draft pick again? It's exactly that. It's supervision.
And it creates a very, very specific lane for him. If we look at what Schoen's strengths were supposed to be coming in, it was scouting. It was grocery shopping.
Right, finding the talent.
Evaluating talent on the field. This new structure seems to pigeonhole him right back into that.
He's the shopper. I love the chef metaphor for this. Joe Schoen goes to the store. He picks out the tomatoes. He grabs the beef, but he brings it back to the kitchen. And Harbaugh is the chef. Harbaugh is the one wearing the big hat, holding the knife, and he's saying, we are not making cereal for dinner anymore.
And that distinction is crucial. In the past, maybe the shopper was also trying to cook, or the chef was trying to shop, and the product on the field was a mess.
It was a mess.
This clarifies things. Schoen, you find the players. Harbaugh, you decide who plays, how they play, and what the standard is.
And honestly, I'm not surprised. For you, after all the losing we've endured, the not surprised sentiment in the fan base is huge.
It's completely valid. When you have the record the Giants have had, you lose the benefit of the doubt. You lose the right to total autonomy. This balance update was necessary because the old settings were just resulting in losses.
He should have been fired. I'm just going to say it. A lot of us think he should have been gone. So this demotion in place is like, okay, you can stay, but you're on probation.
Right.
But here is where it gets really interesting. It's not just that they took power away from Schoen. It's who they brought in to pick up the slack.
Enter Dawn Aponte.
Dawn Aponte, the adult with a calculator. Her title is so long it needs its own offensive line to protect it. Senior Vice President of Football Operations and Strategy.
It is a mouthful, but the scope of power behind that title is what's fascinating here. We aren't talking about some consultant.
No.
We're talking about someone overseeing strategy, planning, analytics, salary cap management, player contract negotiations, and compliance.
That is everything. That's the whole business side of football.
Precisely. And the reporting suggests, and this is the key detail, that Aponte reports to Harbaugh, not Schoen.
Boom. That's the nail in the coffin for the old regime, isn't it? If the person handling the money and the contracts reports to the head coach, then the GM is, well, he's just a scout with a fancy parking spot.
It reinforces this idea that Harbaugh is the CEO of the football team, Aponte is the CFO, and Schoen is head of procurement. It's a very different dynamic.
Yeah.
And this brings us to that succession plan theory you mentioned earlier.
Oh, I'm all in on this. The in-house succession plan. It's like the Giants looked at the situation and said, okay, we're keeping Joe for now, but just in case.
It's just smart business. If results don't come fast enough, or if the drafting doesn't improve immediately, the organization doesn't have to go outside and start a frantic search for a new GM.
No, they've got one.
They have a seasoned executive in Dawn Aponte already in the building, already knows the systems, ready to pivot.
It's like Joe Schoen is living his life on a live performance review in 4K resolution. Every move he makes, Dawn Aponte is there, Harbaugh is there, just watching. It's high pressure.
But that pressure is what ensures accountability. Aponte represents the serious adult infrastructure. She's there to make sure the math works, the strategy is sound, and that there are no more emotional, panic-driven decisions.
Which brings us to the culture, because God knows we needed a culture shock the last few years. I mean, the source called it a haunted house tour, and I felt that in my soul.
It's a vivid image, isn't it?
It is. You walk in, the lights are flickering, the offense looks confused, you're losing the same way every single week. It was like stepping on rakes, like a cartoon character, right in the face every Sunday.
And that's what Harbaugh is here to dismantle. His reputation isn't just about X's and O's, it's about program building, structure, accountability, the old reality of mixed messages, where you're rebuilding on Monday but going all in on Tuesday. That has to stop.
Thank you. That drove us crazy. The alignment is what we're craving. We want to know that the coach, the owner, and the front office are all looking at the same map.
And with Harbaugh at the helm, reporting to ownership, that single, unified vision is much more achievable. He sets the standard. Everyone else falls in line.
So what does this mean for the money? Because Giants fans know we have spent some serious money on some, let's call them interesting choices in the past.
Interesting is one word for it.
How does this new adult with a calculator setup change things?
Well, this is where Aponte's impact on the cap becomes critical.
Yeah.
With her handling the math and Harbaugh handling the vision, we should see a shift away from panic buying.
No more overpaying for mediocrity just to say we did something. Please.
That's the hope. It's about value shopping, smarter extensions, targeted signings that actually fit a specific system.
Right.
If Schoen is the one scouting the talent, Aponte is the one determining the value. It provides a check and balance that was clearly missing before.
It's optimizing operations. It's finally running the team like a Fortune 500 company instead of some chaotic startup.
Exactly. And for you listening, this matters because it directly impacts what you see on the field in September. It affects depth. It affects whether you could afford that key free agent in Week 8.
It's everything.
It's the difference between a roster that collapses under injury and one that sustains success.
So let's wrap this up. Let's look at the verdict here on the Big Blue Tea. What's the final word?
The verdict is clear. The organizational chart has been revolutionized. The foundation has been dug up and replaced. Harbaugh is the direct report to ownership.
Fact.
Schoen has been moved to a specialized role. Whether he likes the dunce cap label or not, his scope is limited. And Dawn Aponte is the heavy hitter ensuring the machinery actually works.
And for us, for the fans, it's hope. That's what this is.
Yeah.
We just want December games that matter. We want a team that looks prepared. We want to stop being embarrassed.
And this structure, this grown-up structure, gives the Giants the best chance they've had in years to achieve that.
I'm telling you, the blueprints are in the safe. And honestly, I want to leave you with this thought. We talked about the succession plan. Joe Schoen is technically still there. He's in the building.
Right.
But looking at Dawn Aponte, looking at Harbaugh's power, doesn't it feel like his potential replacement isn't just some theoretical person out there in the league?
It feels like the replacement is already sitting in the office next door.
Exactly. The blueprints for the future, and maybe the person who will eventually run it all, are already in the building. Chew on that, Giants Nation.
It's going to be a fascinating season, no doubt.
Drop your thoughts. Let us know if you think the dunce cap fits. And as always, let's go Big Blue. Just wanted to say a massive thank you for tuning in to Big Blue Tea.
Absolutely. And, a huge shout out always to Black Freezy TV.
Oh, definitely.
For the fantastic programming, the production, everything that makes this possible.
Yep. Their work behind the scenes is just really appreciated.
It really is.
This has been Big Blue Tea.